So, living life on your own terms, giving purpose to every dime that you earn. So, this is part of, I don't know if some of us have been to my training before. This is a free webinar and it's part of the series Building Wealth for Generation, organized by KWC Global Institute. So, we have series of trainings and I will explain as we go on. This is just one of them. And I'm sure it will benefit you. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is a disclaimer that today's discussion, because we will be mentioning money, it's not financial advice. Investment can go up and down in value, and your return could be less than what you put in as past performances. It's not an indication of what will happen in the future. If you want to make a major financial decision, please consult your own financial advisor. We are required to do that anytime we talk about money during a training or a coaching session. Uh, what's KWC all about? I believe you can see my screen. If you can, either give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat, so that I want to believe that you can. I just need one thumbs up from us, and I will be sure that you can see my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen? Should I take that? Okay, yeah, that one is good enough for me. Okay, thank you. So I believe you can see it. So okay, so what do we do? We do like I said, we do coaching, we do mentoring, focusing mainly, majorly, not mainly, but majorly on personal finance and investment for individuals, for families. We passionate about this, and we've been doing this for more than a year plus now, and we've trained quite a number of people that have been around to to attend these classes, and we do it once in a month, and we call it leap, because what we're trying to do is for you to become to bring out the leadership in us in every area that we are interested in, be it in career, be it in business, or be it in our relationship, or even spiritually. We empower you to achieve profitability in every area of your life. You know, the website, that was where you register from, and that is our social media handle on both Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Just we got a lot to go through. As you're joining, you're welcome. My name is Tayo Olatimileyin. Okay, I will continue. So we got quite a lot to go through today, so I will just go at pace. And these are some of our trainings: building wealth for generations, winning with money, living life on your own terms. We also offer a master class, and then repositioning yourself, which is a career development training. We take this training either with individuals, group of people, been to conferences, in churches all over the place. We offer this training mostly free for people. And what's our goal? Our goal is to help individuals like yourself, like myself, help families who to achieve true independence uh, in a very genuine way. There are fake wins and there are original wins, but we want to have the real, we want to be a real winner. That if anything happens, you are still standing. And for us to pave a prosperous way for the coming generation, it's not just for us to have a comfortable life and have the good things of life, but we want our children, we want our children's children to still benefit from it. We want our children on the right path, even as they grow up in such a society like this. And that is our goal, to equip us as adults and to even equip the next generation. And my motivation has been the fact that I discovered something. I thought you have to get it quick. I thought it was so difficult to get it, but when I started investing or understanding some principles of money through books, through personal experiences, I knew that you don't need a ton of money to be able to build wealth. And you build wealth, you don't get into wealth. You progress into it. A lot of people are waiting for the days they probably win a lottery or win a trillion. One day is coming when I'm going to blow. It's not usually the case for 99.99% of people. And so even some people, if you go and look at the history of people who won lottery, a million, or 10 million, 20 million, 50 million lottery, you look at them 5, 10 years down the line, in most cases, usually a sorry case. So there's a need. Building wealth is what is required. And you can start that from as little as, I started from as little as, in fact, 25 pounds. And because of that, I know a lot of people can achieve the same thing, regardless of the walk of life. Whatever you do in life, you are able to build wealth with some of the things that we teach people. About myself, I am an IT consultant with decades of experience doing that as my day job. I'm also an entrepreneur. I funded and co-funded a few companies, and I'm also a speaker and coach, like I've said earlier. Yeah, I'm a minister in RCCG, and just that's me. I'm married. I live in Staffordshire. That's me in a nutshell. And my interaction with investing, I've been investing since 2006. That was trading. Even though I was an entrepreneur, I started a software company then, long time ago, and at that point, in 2006, I started interacting with the financial market, S&P 500, and all sorts of financial instruments in America and in the UK. So I've got a long decades of experience in this area. And I moved from trading into investing because what I will talk about today, even though it's not, we'll get into investing and how we could make the best use of our money. But the focus that will lead us there is the fact that there's a need for you to live life on your own terms. And I'm going to move on. So I have a video here which I play as an icebreaker. I want us to watch this short video, and then from there I will go on. I want you to pay attention to this. This video will kind of help you to assess that where am I in this journey. We live in the Western world. Especially for those of us who live in the Western world, we need to understand something. If you know, in my training, winning with money, I go deeper into the psychology of the Western world and how you can win at it. I will talk a bit about it in this particular session, but let's have a listen and see, and let's have a listen to this video. Let me try and share my audio so that you can hear the video. Okay, share advanced option. Share sound. I think you should be able to hear the sound when I play now. Okay, I'll keep quiet. It's like a minute or two video. I want to quickly share with you a concept I learned during the week called Pyramid of Wealth by Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. The base of this pyramid are those who are in financial crisis. This level represents those who are without any source of income. They depend on handouts and generosity of others to survive. And next to this are those who are financially unstable, who have a source of income, but their take home is not anywhere close to what they need to meet basic needs of life. They live perpetually on personal loans and credit cards in order to augment their income. And next to them in the middle are those who are financially stable. These are the middle to lower upper class people. They have good jobs, they earn decent income, they drive good cars, they probably have a house on a mortgage, they can afford to go on holidays, etc. These are the most deceived set of people in this triangle because if they're out of job, they become financially unstable within 90 days. They have little or no savings, no income generating assets. They are actually 60 to 90 days from becoming homeless because the banks will come after them in no time. A lot of the so-called big boys and big girls are in this category. And number 4 in the triangle is financial independence. People at this level have enough assets to take care of their needs. They earn passive income from businesses and investment that is equal to or more than what they get from their day job if they still have a day job. They can choose not to work anymore. They have time freedom. And at the peak of this pyramid is financial freedom. At this level, you can take care of your needs and wants and even take care of thousands of people
you can make impact at a larger scale. You can give away millions and billions without stress. Which level are you? In order to move from one level to another, a new body of knowledge, a shift in mindset, and association is required. This got me thinking.
Okay, I'll pause it there
And
go back here. So quickly, even though I won't explain this, but what I want us to understand there is that a lot of people in the Western world belong to the financially stable area. I don't know if probably you can kind of see where you belong in this pyramid of wealth. I think a lot of people belong to this area when it comes to the Western economy, and it means that you can meet your daily needs. Everything seems okay. You have got a house on mortgage, you got a car that is on finance, you go on holiday, you got everything. But it said they are the most financially deceived set of people within this pyramid, because if they are out of job within 90 days, they probably might be on the street, because they're going to miss their car payment, they're going to miss their house payment, the bank will be after them, and before you know it, life has turned upside down for them. And that is now how it's supposed to be. You want to move on to what is called the financial independence, where you have income generating assets that is equal to or even more than your current income.
I want to
sustain you for at least 3, 6 or more months if you were to be out of job. And I think that let's go and think about that as we continue in what we have to do for today. So today is living life on your own terms, giving purpose to every dime that you earn, and for a worry-free tomorrow. And this is just a small module out of the things I normally teach. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will see I've explained all of this, but I'm focusing on just this alone today. And from here, I will link it to other things, but we're focusing on financial control, which is what it is to live life on your own times, based on my definition. So one thing that we all believe, that to be rich, you have to be very frugal. You must make life difficult for yourself for you to acquire wealth. Well, I'm of a different opinion. And that's why I say you have to live life on your own terms. And that is the foundation for you to be able to build wealth and enjoy yourself at the same time. So I wouldn't say I'm a minister of enjoyment, but I believe that while you are building wealth, you shouldn't look as if you had a train crash. You shouldn't look as if it is the end of the world for you. You shouldn't look as if you are the only one suffering in this world. No, you can live life on your own terms and build wealth at the same time. Okay, I know frugality is part of it, but you don't have to carry it on your face, and you have to have a very balanced approach, and that's the essence of what I'm trying to do here today, and to be able to give unto us a step-by-step plan on which you can achieve this and have a very balanced existence, if I can use that word, while at the same time you are building wealth and securing your tomorrow and that of your children and generations to come. So what does it mean to live life on your own terms? It's all about taking responsibility. When you say I'm living on my own terms, I'm a master of myself, I'm just doing things the way I want, it means you are taking responsibility. With freedom comes responsibility. It means you are making your choices that aligns with your own value. And I will, you see as we go on, he said you are in charge of your life, and what you want to do. You take responsibility, and there's self-leadership. Okay, your life, you have compassion and empathy towards people, but you don't you live your life without guilt. You're not guilty of, you don't feel guilty that you went on an holiday. Okay, you don't feel guilty that, oh, maybe I should have used this. Maybe there's a bag of cement in this money I'm going to use to go out and take my wife or my husband out for dinner. You don't have to feel guilty doing that, because even though you are compassionate and you have empathy towards other people, but you are doing it because you've been able to do the things I'll be going through today. You are being true to yourself. You stand by what you believe and not other people's opinion, because there are society opinions about you, and you need to ignore that and live the way you want to live. Okay, and then I'll go to the next thing. It says, when you bring this into the context of our finances, okay, there's this unconsciously, a lot of people live their life based on society programming, on the impulse of the economy. So we live, oh, interest rate is up. That would dictate your mood and the tone of your finances. Oh, there's a recession, that dictates the mood and tone of your finances. Oh, there's a lot of money in the economy, and then that dictates the tone and the way you live your life. And a lot of people are also going by the narratives that have been created by financial institutions. Okay, financial institutions, they are business, just like a restaurant is a business. So they are out there to make money, and they spend billions and billions to change people's perspective towards what they sell, to make it, to paint it nice and good. And I won't blame them for doing that. So the government, even if you look at the budget that was read a few maybe a few almost 2 weeks ago now, you will see that if you look at the tone of the budget, it's like it's a crime for you to be successful. If you are successful, then we punish you by taxing you. Okay, that's the way it sounded to me. And so there is a programming by the government. There's a program by financial institution. And where does that lead to? That leads to, these are the expectations of society. We all need credit card to survive. You just have to have one or two of those cards in your wallet. Oh, the children, don't worry, when they grow up, they'll get student loan and they'll be fine. When they start working, they start paying it back. So it's normal for children to be 21-year-old and they are owing £100,000 because they've been to school. Okay, having a car finance is the norm. Having personal loan here and there is the norm. Or keeping up with the Joneses. Okay, my friend is got a big house, I'm going to get a big house. He got a big truck, I'm going to get a big truck. Okay, or or spreading the cost. It's a trend that is out there now. Don't worry, we just spread the cost. Or you want to get that, you don't have the money, we can't afford it. Don't worry, we just spread the cost. It's one of the trends that is going on right now, and indirectly is pushing people deeper and deeper into a lifestyle they've not chosen for themselves. It's a lifestyle that the society have programmed us to think is the normal mode, and living in the now and not caring for the next generation, which we now call self-love. Is a lot of programming that is going on. But is that the way you actually desire to live? If that's the way you desire to live, that's fine. It means you are conscious of it and you are living life on your own terms based on those things. But if that is not the way you want to live, then be conscious of what you want to do, have a vision, and live life on your own terms. I say American holds 9 billion, 0.9 trillion on credit cards, and they hold 1.5 trillion on vehicle loans, and on like that. Same thing, UK is not far. It might not be in that figure, but also we have a lot of that also going on within the UK here. And what does it now mean to give purpose to your money? Going into the topic for the day. So purpose is the reason why you do something. So you have an intention. You have the purpose of something is the relevance or usefulness of that thing. And so to have intention or usefulness for every either naira or pound or euro or pounds that you earn or dollar that you earn, then it means the short form of it is to send your money on a mission. It means when you give purpose to your money, you are sending your money on a mission. The summary is that for every dime you earn as an individual, you must have a vision for every dime that comes into your pocket. And that mission, you must make sure you send that mission, you send that money on a mission without stress. So I will be looking at how to do that, how to tag, and how to send in an automatic way. But if you don't do that, emotions and other things that you didn't plan for will come into it. So it's all about you being able to what? Tag and send your money on a mission. With that, you'll be able to live life on your own terms. So next thing I'm going to look at is why do you need to do that? And very, very important, very valid question is that the first thing is that purpose gives direction. So if you don't give purpose to your money, there will be no direction for your finances. So I'm narrowing this down to finances. So if you don't give purpose to your money, you have no target. You are somebody who set out in their car without programming into their Saturn where they are going to, I'll just drive around. And so you could just end up anywhere. Or by giving purpose, you have a target of what you are trying to achieve and you are intentional about what you are doing. And the next reason why you have to give purpose to your money is to have control. If you don't control your money, you end up controlling you. Your impulses, society, like I've said, will control you. Institutions will control you. Societal expectation, family expectation will control you. So when you have a purpose, for every dime you earn, you are the one in the driving seat, and not someone else, not the government. And another reason why you should do that is to purpose prevent frivolity and overspending. When you have purpose for your money, it will prevent frivolity and overspending. So there's a quote here from one of my favorite books, Richest Man in Babylon. It's a small book. If you've not read it, please go and read it. It's an old classic, but it's a very, very interesting book. It's a story, and you will enjoy the story. It said, what each of us call our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our income, unless we protest to the contrary. It means what you call necessary will always grow to meet your income. It means, and that's the reason why when you were earning 1,000, everything, by the time you're 15th of the month, it's all gone. You're already on overdraft and credit cards. Your income increased to 2,000 in a month. The same thing is still happening. Okay. Your money increased to 3,000 in a month. Same thing is still happening. Your money increased to 5,000 in a month, and the same thing is still happening. Okay. It's called lifestyle creep. And that's because what's supposed to be a discretionary expenses has suddenly become a very essential, expense for you. Lifestyle creep is when your non-essential discretionary expenses, you now see them as a must. So, luxury goods becomes a must. Some things just become a must for you that before they weren't a must. And that's because your expenses and lifestyle will grow to equal to your income at any point in time, unless you are conscious to be able to say, okay, I need to give purpose to my money. This is what I want to do. I want to avoid lifestyle creep. And that is the reason why people work in investment bank, and they get bonuses in hundreds of thousands of pounds, at times millions. And like I've said, in 3 months down the line, if they lose that job in 3 months, they're out. Why? Because they got a Ferrari, they've got one Ferrari, or they got one big apartment that they have to pay a mortgage of £10,000 for on a monthly basis. And it's just way above what they could keep up with. And that's because they've allowed their lifestyle to creep up to that particular level, keeping up with the Joneses. What other reason why? The other reason why you should do that is because others and circumstances will dictate to you how you spend your money, including family members and friends, and things happening around you will dictate to you how to spend your money if you do not give purpose to your money. So very, very important that of today's topic, that you give purpose to your money. So like I said, I do this on a monthly basis. I take different topics, and the topic for today, I will link it to the things that will also benefit us in the area of investment. But this is a foundation. I think if you give somebody a 1 million today, if you don't have this kind of foundation, in 6 months, 1 year down the line, go and check that person without the right foundation, that money will not be there again. Okay, it's the foundation for financial prosperity, like I've said. And then it improves your quality of life. And this is where I started from, that you have to be frugal, okay? Because you are building wealth. Should you look as if something bad has happened because you are building wealth? People are going for lunch, you can't go for lunch. People are taking their spouses on dinner, you can't go. People are going on day, you cannot go. No, it should not be like that. Actually, giving purpose to your money should give you a higher quality of life. And that's because you know exactly where the money is going. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, I will skip this. It says you are able to build wealth. What this slide is trying to say is that it does not take so much to build wealth. It doesn't take a fortune to build wealth. And he's saying that £500 per month from age of 25 to 65 we give you this. Okay, and 200 per month from age of 25 to this, we also give you this. It's still all in the millions if you look at it. And the fact that no matter your profession, be it your attorney, management, you're into management, you're a teacher, you're an accountant, you're an engineer, and the fact these are the top 5 careers in America that have produced the most millionaires. So it doesn't have to be. It's not a matter of what career am I in. Okay, now, so to give purpose to your money, you go through the following process. Number one is to have a financial vision. Number two is the list of your wants and your needs. Number three is to match your current spending to that list that you've made here. Number four is to tag that list, give it tag, which I will show us, and then reallocate them. So then you reallocate it, and then you automate the process. Like I've said, this is a webinar style. You might not see other people, but be sure you are not alone on the call. Okay, so then you automate the process. So I will explain this, and then we'll move on. So step number one, in giving purpose to your money, you must have a vision for your financial life. So the first thing is that, first of all, sit down, forget about what you've been doing from X number of years till today. Forget about it. Sit down and revision or re-envision how you want your tomorrow to be. Okay? Because there is nothing like tomorrow. Today is yesterday's tomorrow. When we're yesterday, say, okay, when it's tomorrow, I will do this. We are now, tomorrow has turned to today now. So you never come to a day and say, I'm now in tomorrow. Tomorrow will always become today. And so what you do today is what, is what determines how tomorrow is going to, or the future is going to look like. It's a cumulative of the things that we do on a daily basis. So we need to sit back and say, what is my vision for myself? What is my vision for my family? What is my vision, financially speaking now, for my career, my business? And what are the things that I'm passionate about that will be included in this vision? So what do I want my children to finish school with £100,000 loan debt? Or do I want them, when they're in school, they're already a landlord and they can live accommodation free when they are in a university of their choice? Or how do I want to retire? Do I want to retire as an average pensioner? Do I want to depend on state to take care of me when I retire? Do I want to be above average when I retire? What kind of lifestyle do I want to live? Okay, and stuff like that. If you can envision that, both short-term, medium-term, and long-term goal, and then you need to be able to make, that's the first thing. You need to be able to have that vision and say, this is what I want. So once you have the vision, you now make a list. What are the things I need to do to fulfill this vision? I want my marriage to be more romantic. What will make it more romantic? That could be your vision. Okay, what if I buy flowers for my wife on a weekly basis? What if I take her out on dinner, or my husband on dinner? Okay, or maybe your fiancé or fiance on dinner once in 2 weeks. So that could be part of your vision. That's why I said building wealth does not mean you have to not enjoy yourself. So make a list of the things that you need money from buying that bunch of flower, okay, to buying your next car, to going on holiday, to buying your first house, to saving towards your children, to change towards your children's tuition, and the rest of it. Whatever it is that the way you desire to live your life, make a list of it. The things that that has to do with money, make a list of them somewhere. And then the step number 3 is that you now match your current spending to your vision. Okay, how do you match that? So in matching, I'll bring up a spreadsheet. I will show us very soon after explaining this. So what you now do is that once you made a list of the things that relates to your vision and that you need money for, you now look at your bank statement, look at how have I been spending my money in the last 6 months, or let's say from January to date. Now allocate how much you are spending on a monthly basis to the vision you just made. Now, so it means there will be some things on your list that you have never allocated money to. If, for instance, you've not been on an holiday in the last 10 months, maybe under your holiday is a zero that you have there. Okay, maybe you've not put open an investment account for your child. Maybe under that it could be zero. It doesn't matter. You are just beginning to a process. So you end up that there's some things that are not on your list that have been taking your money. There'll be some things that are on your list that you've never given money to. Okay, and that's why I put a sad face here, that it will reveal. It will also reveal things that you are paying too much for. Okay, and things you are wasting money on, and the things that are not even within your vision that you are spending money on. and the things in your vision that you spent nothing on. And then you tag it. So I will open a spreadsheet now. And if you want a copy of that spreadsheet, I can email it to you at the end of this class. Okay. So I've made a list here before now, and this is a list, part of the list I use personally, and there are other things there other things that can be added, or other things that are not there right now. Okay, so yeah, part of my vision is that I support charities, and then there are things that are expenses in your that you need on a daily basis, on a short-term basis. At least I need electricity for this class, and I need internet for this class. So, and I need that on a daily basis. And so you have all of that. Then you have things that have to do with insurance. Maybe you want a car or public transport or whatever it is. Then childcare, you make a list of these things that you need. And then you go to some other things, your maybe life insurance, children's savings, investment, extended family, your professional development. You look at maybe your fashion, clothing, other things. You look at holidays, you look at dinner dates for your wife, you look at gifts for families, and then you look at events you want to go to just to enjoy yourself, maybe your gym subscription, and other things that you care about. And within this will be part of your vision. For instance, if your vision is that I want my children to go to school without having to borrow a student loan, you know that part of your vision is that you have savings for your children and some other stuff like that. So let me now explain the way this spreadsheet was built. Okay, now on that list that you have made, okay, is that you now tag your list. How do you tag your list? You tag them based on their priority. So number one is that must have. They are the things that you need to spend money on, whether you like it or not. You need shelter roof over your head, whether you like it or not. You need food, you need clothing on your back, you need a transport to work, either public transport or your personal car, depending on where you work. You need some things that are very, very basic. These are your must-haves. You tag them as must-have. Then you now have one that is good memory. And this is where people at times miss out, or there are no balance. This will give you a balance. Good memory, they are the things you want to enjoy now with your family. Okay, they are the things you want to enjoy now with your children, with your spouse, or even with yourself if you are single. They are the things you want to enjoy and give you good memories. And there are things that will give you good future. There are things that they are for your tomorrow. Okay, that money or that vision is that how do I like to be in 5 years, 10 years time, or during my retirement. And we now have things that could have or would never have again. There are things that you don't want to ever spend your money on again. There are things that you could have if your money could get there. But it's important that you create good memory and then you plan for a good future. Why these ones you can't run away from it? Some people just focus on this. They do this, and then the rest, once they've done the must have, they are not intentionally creating good memories, and they are not intentionally planning towards a future where money will not be an issue, and there's a need for us to do that. So you target. So I'll go back to that spreadsheet now. So if you look at what I've done here, is that I've tagged some must-haves. There are things that you need to do life. There are things that rent or mortgage will come, home maintenance will come, childcare will come. If you have a credit card, then it becomes a personal loan. If you have a credit card, for instance, you are yet to pay off, it becomes a must have that you need to pay off. And once you pay it off, it can become a never again. If you don't have personal loan now, that could be a never again. Okay. And then, these are just things that you need to do life. Okay. The next one is you could have this, is do you have them? But there's some you need to tag. So everything must appear in at least you must have everything within your vision. That for a good future, you need an investment account. You need for your children, you need contingency fund, you need life insurance, you need your personal development. So that's contributing to your good future. You now look at good memories you want to create for yourself. And what about an holiday? What about a dinner date with somebody that you love? What about gift for children, for your children and your spouse, and for people that matter, friends that matters in your life? What friend that matters in your life? What about social events that you want to intention? I want to be at that couple's dinner, even though it's £100 or £50 per person, but I want to be there. We're creating memories for ourselves. Or I want to be at that singles event, or I want to go for that sip and paint and just enjoy myself. I just want to go for that holiday, whatever it is. It could be that holiday, it could be that event, whatever it is, you are creating good memory. And it's good you do that even while you are trying to build wealth. Other things that could come in could be cool up, never again. Maybe you already have Apple TV, you have Netflix, you have Amazon, you have Disney. Time is money, my people. Time is money. Somebody's put something in the chat. Okay, please, I need the list sample. That's okay. I will email it to you. Okay, and so you can say, okay, I already have Netflix. Netflix is enough. It's enough. You also need to have time. Have time to relax, isn't it? But you can say Amazon is never again. Apple TV is never again. If you have children at home, maybe Disney will be a must. Okay, they are probably good app, and then other things like that. So you're able to tag your list. Okay, you make a list, then you tag your list based on this priority. But make sure that things here, this one is there, and this one is included. Be intentional about it so that those two things are taken good care of, and you are not just paying other people bills. That when I do some training, when I talk about paying yourself first, when you are paying yourself, this is you paying yourself. You pay yourself with this, you pay yourself with this. When the funny thing is that when you get a salary, who will take? Rent will take first, landlord will take first. Asda and Tesco will take their own. Aldi, Lido will take their own. Okay, uncle, auntie, everybody will take their own. Then you are left with nothing. That's not how it's supposed to be. What's supposed to be is to pay yourself first. That's what that concept means. That when you get your salary, the first thing is to do for your salary is to allocate money to a good future, allocate money to a good memory. Then everybody can come and take the rest. But on the first of the month, this is if I allocate this, that is what it means to pay yourself first. You do this, the rest can go wherever they want to go. You can take them, the rest can go. Okay. So that's a diversion, but that is what it means to pay yourself first. Okay, so then you allocate, you give purpose to your income. How do you now do that? So now you've done this. You come around here, look at your projected monthly income. You put it here. Okay, and I've created a page here where you can say, this is maybe my salary for January is 1,000, February is 1,000. Maybe you have other businesses that give you money, it's another 1,000. If you add all of that together, that will give you, let me look at the cell. That's J20, okay, J20, okay. That's so you just put that one as the total income that you have. And so then so what have we done? We've made a list, we've tagged our list. The next thing is to now say, currently, this is how much I've been spending from January to now. This is how much I've been spending on all these things. Okay, but going forward, this is what I want to be spending on them. Okay, maybe here you've been spending £100 on credit card. But when I say going forward, it's going to be zero. That's if you have paid it off. Or you can say, here has been zero before, but going forward, I want it to be £50. Okay, or this one, this has been zero before, maybe it's going to remain zero. But if something that it's part of your vision to be able to swim. I've been talking about going to a swimming class. I've been on a few holidays, and every holiday we go to, there's always water, and I can't get into it because I have this fear of because I've attempted getting into it once, and I almost drowned because my life jacket didn't work properly. So I've been saying I'm going to go learn swimming. So before now it's zero. Maybe I have to go and maybe I have to allocate. I don't know how much lesson classes. I have to go and find out and say maybe it's lesson classes £50 in a month, or whatever amount it is. And it's so because it's one of my vision, I would like to learn to be able to do that. Maybe just want to like to learn to dance. Okay, it could be salsa, and just enjoy yourself. And then you want to allocate an amount to it. Okay, so I think we get the point. You get the gist that, okay, there's something you'll be spending money on now. You might continue to spend money on them, where there are some things that you don't want to spend money on anymore, and there's something you'll not be spending money on that you're supposed to be spending money on, and you want to add it to your list. Okay, and then that is how you now total household income, then allocate a monthly amount to each of those things you have on your list. And then number 6 is to automate. And this is another place where a lot of people misses when it comes to things like this. We don't automate it. You want things to happen and then you react to them. No, you don't. If you are reactive, you will never be able to do things on your terms. Plan. If other things are coming and they are not within that plan, it's that they have to wait. You think the world will end, the world will not end. The world will not end. If you don't have the money, this money will come out from somewhere else, or maybe such people will get their money from somewhere else. You now need to automate your process. How do you automate it? You be realistic, no matter total realistic household income, you get that, and then allocate it to each of the amount, and then I'll show you how to do the automation. Then to automate, you need at least 3 accounts. As a maximum 3 bank accounts, and then the other one, you need a few accounts. I would say, in terms of bank accounts, I would say 2 bank accounts. It could be 3, 2 bank accounts, and then the other account will be. Let me just explain it. So for you to be able to be successful in what I'm explaining now, so that it doesn't look like you need X number of accounts, you will need to decide. I'm suggesting maximum of 3 accounts. So there's an account where your income, the household income, comes into. If there are a couple that do things together, maybe there's a place where your both income will come into, or it could be individual where the money, we know where your money will go into. This is the place where you put all your direct debits. This account where your income will come into is the place where all your direct debits, council tax, electricity, your car insurance, your home insurance, your rent, your mobile phone, everything that you need to do, that is where it will all go into. Okay, all your must have you have it on that particular account. And you now have a second account. This account are recurrent expenses all through the month. For instance, your miscellaneous, your shopping for food, your clothing, they are not direct debit. So they are not, you might not know the amount they will do. You have a budget for it, or you don't know, but for instance, every other thing is fixed. You know how much your phone, your insurance, your everything is. So that goes there. So here, you allocate an amount. It could be, you can say £700 in a month goes into this account. That is where feeding comes from, clothing comes from, other expenses, the things you buy on Amazon, these small things you buy around, goes into that account. That account is there. You have a card on that account, and that's the account you take to supermarket for your grocery shopping. That's the one you take for shopping. And once that money in that account is done, it's done. So, and what you now do is that, okay, and the next account you want is your good memory account. That is one for your holiday, for your children, for your spouse, just to enjoy in the present, to enjoy in the now. Okay, that is where that is the account that money goes. So this one does not have to be a bank account. Okay, then you now have a good future account, and that is your investment into your tomorrow account. It doesn't have to be also a bank account. That was why I said 2 bank accounts is okay. This and this does not have to be a bank account. And I'll give us examples of what they can be as we progress down. And then you now need what you do next, you do direct debit and standing orders. Okay, the ones that are a must, let them be direct debit. And if the provider is not taking direct debit, make sure it's a standing order. So this goes out of the account in the date it's supposed to go out. It's supposed to go out. Then create a standing order that puts money into this shopping account. Okay, let's give hypothetical figures. Let's assume at the end of the month, you get, after tax, you get £3,000 comes into the household. Maybe husband and wife together, 3,000, one person, 3,000 comes into your account. Okay, and you know that all your direct debit and rent and everything is maybe 2,000 out of that 3,000. Okay, so that is gone. So 2,000 remains in this account. Direct debit is equal to, and if I would banks these days, if you are using Lloyds, for instance, Lloyds will tell you how much you need to pay in the next 30 days. You can see how much direct debit and standing order that will go out in your account in the next 30 days, or in the next 5 days, in the next 1 month, the next 2 months. Okay. So what? So you need that money is there. Then that you let's say the next £500 is for feeding. So that by standing order on the first day of the month, or when your money comes in, it will be sent to this account, and then you have £500 left. It could be that 200 is for good memory, and then 300 is for future. And then this one also by standing order will go into that account, and this by standing order will go into that account. So at the end of the day, 300 is here, 200 is here, 500 is here, and the remaining 2,000 is here. And you know that your direct debit is equal to 2,000. You know you can't joke with that, because you don't want your credit to be spoiled by the credit rating agencies. And so that's how to automate. From the beginning of the month, the money has been distributed to where they're supposed to go, to the purpose, because you tag, that's what I call tag and send. You tag them, this, you are meant for this goal, you are meant for this goal, you are meant for this goal. Okay? If you want a buffer of £100 or whatever you want a buffer for, you can have it. And in fact, your miscellaneous is already a part of this account. Okay? Even your gift to other people is already got part of this account. Taking care of family is already part of, you know, any of this account, whatever, however, if you look at how I've allocated that spreadsheet, you can see that extended family is already there. Your extended family commitment is already there. If it, whatever it is, you know, it is what it is. If that amount has finished, then the queue will be there for the following month, if you get what I mean. Okay. And so you do that. And so in summary, okay, I will now go to what do you do for your good future and your good memory. I'll tell you which account to put those ones. Okay, so you outline your vision, you make a list of needs and wants, you match your current spending to that list, okay, and then you tag them, give them priority, where they belong to, whether they are must have or their future, or there are things you don't want to do anymore, there are things that you could do. Then you now reallocate the new figures that you want. Some will get 0, as some getting 0 before we now get a number, and then you automate it by standing order, direct debit, and those 4 various accounts I've discussed. And then you re-envision, you revise your vision as you go, and that cycle continues either on a yearly basis. We do in our family, we do review on a yearly basis. December is here, and I'm going to do review for next year by God's grace, and then we re-envision and reallocate. We've been discussing things that we need to reallocate, and then we just move things around as we go into the new year. Okay, now for those other ones, you know, the first one back account, second one back account, the second one that is not back account, third one, good memory account, you need an easy access account to put them in that can still generate interest for you. So there are ISA accounts that are out there that you can put cash into, and they are easy access. It means that they are not fixed deposits. Okay, depending on how, if your vision is for 1 year, you can do a fixed deposit of 1 year. Okay, and if it's something that you know you need in 6 months' time, then you need an easy access account. If, for instance, if you want to go on holiday summer next year, and then you say, for my holiday is £100 every month, you don't want that in an account that you can easily reach. You want that in an account that could start generating interest for you right now. So I'll give us examples. Where is my browser? I'll just give us an example. So I put in the NS&I. I don't know whether you know what NS&I is all about. NS&I is a savings scheme that is 100% secured, but it doesn't pay you any interest at all. That's an option. For us in our family, that's where we put any money that we need to use in the next 6 months or in the next 1 year. That is where you put. What is this about? This place is you borrowing the government money. When you borrow the government money, they don't give you any interest on it, but you have a chance of winning 1 million. And that is what let me see if I can get to. So that is what this is about. They give you, you have a chance for every pound you put into NS&I, you have a chance of winning up to £1 million on it. And okay, things could be, at times it could be £50, it could be £25, it could be £100 that they will give to you, or you have a chance of winning it. And because you need that money in 6 months and you want to leave it here, in the next 1 year, you want to leave it here. I was just trying to look at, couldn't find I usually miss where this things, okay, where this thing is, where the list of people who have won the prizes, where they are. It's somewhere on that website. Price tracker is breaking me out. So anyway, it's one of the places you can save. Another place you can save is you opening an ISA account. Some ISA will allow you easy access. For instance, on Trading 212, Trading 212, for instance, you have they have ISA that will give you. It's going to open to. They have ISA that will give you cash ISA that will give you 5% on per annum basis, which I think is one of the highest ISA out there, to give 5% per annum. And then it's a place where you an easy access. They give you money, they give you your interest on a daily basis. And so you can go there and withdraw your money at any time. That is an account that you can use for your good memory account that easily you can just withdraw money and use. Other things you can do is interest-bearing instrument like certificate of deposit, cash ISA, like I've said, or bonds. And the next one that and these are examples, you can go and search for the best savings account on Money Supermarket and the rest of them, or you do nsni.com. Okay, the next one is your good future. Okay, where does it go into on the first day or second day of the month? It will go into an income generating asset, to go into investment, because you need it for the next 5 years. Maybe you want to buy a house in the next 5 years. You want to start putting the money aside, or your children, maybe you have children who are less than 10 right now, or they'll be going to uni when they are 18. You want to start putting money aside for them so that they can either buy a house when they get to uni, or you can use for their school fees. So it's a 10-year plan, it's a 18-year plan, 15-year plan. Okay, or it's retirement, it's a 30-year plan or 25-year plan. So for that, you want that in an investment account. Okay, you want that in a place, a income or cash flow producing or generating asset. It's where you want the money for your good future to go into, so that it can beat inflation. Savings account won't beat inflation. Your current account can't beat inflation. In 2022, inflation went as high as 11%. There's no account that will give you that. It's only investment that will give you an average of 10, 15, 20, 30% return, on per annum basis. Let me say, I think that Trading 212 I opened this is a simple account that was very simple account that was started in after April, around May this year. This is done 17% this year, 12% this year, 8% this year. These are different small accounts that was just started a few months ago. And so you can't get 19% on a savings account, for instance. Okay. So you want income generating assets. And so what are they? There are quite a number of them. But time will fail us. We've done like an hour. Time will fail us for me to go into all the options that we have. But we can look at equity and real estate. There are some of the things that income generating asset that you can go into, that you can put that money that is meant for the future, that you can put them into. Okay. That is you living life on your own terms. The first thing is, I've just done an introduction to real estate. Is a lot of wealth in this world are in brick and mortar. You would think someone was saying that McDonald's is not really into burger, they're into real estate. Why? Because they try to own the building which they sell their burger. Okay, and that's because so the land, the building is them. It belong, is part of the wealth of the company. Then another thing is putting money into the stock market. And again, there are trillions and trillions of dollars of the world. Even your pension, a lot of it, you have it in the stock market. So passive income through stock market investing. So that's the one I think I'll be starting from. And then I will go ahead and we look at real estate before we wrap up the class. Okay, investing is becoming a shareholder. Like I said at the beginning, that in 2006, I started with trading the market. That was not investing. That was gambling, to put it mildly. That was me gambling, and that was not me investing. Okay, and before I now switched to investing when I became wiser. Yeah, so it's you becoming a shareholder of companies. And these days, with as little as £1, you can become a shareholder of Microsoft. with as little as £1. And when they are doing annual general meeting, they will send you email to say, what is your say about the company? What is your say about the bonuses we're about to pay our executives? Okay, that is where you want to be. They've made life so simple now. With fractional shares out there, there's something called fractional ownership that you don't have to own a whole one share. You can hold 0.01 of a particular share of a particular company, and that makes you a shareholder with rights and responsibility. And how do you get invested in all these companies? You go through the stock exchange. But in those days, that also has been changed. In those days, you need to call somebody to say, I'm going to transfer money or paycheck into your company account, and then you're going to buy Lloyd for me. You're going to buy Barclays Bank for me, or Tesco, or M&S for me, or Microsoft or Amazon for me. But those days are gone now. That from your phone, these are the reasons why stock market, that from your phone you can now invest in stock market across the world, okay, without you leaving the comfort of your house. And like I said, this is not trading, and this is not crypto. I know crypto is all over the place now. In the last 2 weeks, crypto's gone up through the roof. No, I have it, but like I think it's gone up to, I think I now have £800. It's not 500 anymore. Okay, it's gone up. It's gone up in the last 2 weeks. But this is not crypto. I don't teach on crypto. I don't have bulk of money in crypto. Like I said, I lack like £800 in crypto. But for some Gen Z people, they believe that is the way. It's speculation. I've been there before. So, it's like I've done this, I've done that, I've been there before. Like I said, 2006. I was there when the market crashed in 2008 and 2009. I was in the market. So I've seen multiple economic cycle come and go over the last 2-3 decades. So I've experienced a few of those in the last 2 decades, especially. And so that is not investing. True investing is what I want to show you right now. And that is why you put down money you want for the future. You don't want future where you be hang out dry. You want to have confidence that the future is secured. And so quickly, what do? You need a place where your money can compound. And I'm going to give us an example using the calculator here. Let me put that link in the chat for us to be able to play around with, or you can just Google it. You can just Google it. That's a link in the chat there, and then I'll bring up my browser and I'll just do a bit of a demo of what to expect when you are investing in the stock market. So on the average, let's assume you are starting with £100, and then it's returning to you, your account is returning to you maybe around 10% in a year. And then you leave it for, let's say, 18 years. For instance, let's assume you've done that for a child. So let me go look for, okay, so I have this example. This example is what I'm trying to do there. You have a child who is age 0. You're starting with 1,000, unless you are starting with 100, and then you put in 200 on a monthly basis. At 10% for the next 18 years, the money is going to be over 100,000. And let's play that scenario. And I'll play a few scenarios similar to that. So if you're starting with £100, it doesn't matter what you start with. What matters is what you do consistently. So you're starting with £100, okay? It's returning to you 10% per annum. And then for when that child is age 0 to age 18, and you are putting in, let's say, £200 or £100 even on a monthly basis, how much would that give you? That will give you 60,000. That could be enough for that child to go to university without having to go and get a loan. And if you're able to increase that to £200 on a monthly basis, that's taken to 120,000. That child can buy a flat, an apartment, a small apartment, a 1-bed, where they can, in uni, what they need is deposit, isn't it? They need 50K deposit for that, okay? And then if it's a 2-bed apartment, they can put some of their mates in the room, and they will be the one paying their mortgage while they are living rent free, and they're already landlord. By the time they want to leave the school, they can sell the house and move on to another city where they want to go and work. So it's an example. And for if you say, okay, okay, my children are grown up, maybe they're already out of the house. What can I do for myself? Okay, yeah, you can say I'm starting with £100, and maybe you're doing it towards retirement. What to do for the next 20, 25 years? Maybe I don't know what our age. Let's assume you are 30. You want to retire at 55, for instance. And you say, well, and then I'll be putting 250 aside. What would that be at 55? That's 300,000. You know the average pension pot in the UK is not up to 300,000. You know, and that's why a lot of people struggle during retirement. They can't put on. It's hard that some people can't put on their eating. It breaks my heart when they say some people they have to hold their fridge because you know they don't have money for the winter. The winter is here now. The government cut people's winter fuel. I mean, a lot of people are going to suffer this summer, this winter. Why? Because the retirement pot they have is not enough to carry them. We don't want that kind of lifestyle for ourselves when we are older. So you want that good future to be prepared for. Okay, you want to put something aside no matter how little. So you're having that in 25 years time, and you might think and I go on and on. But let me do scenario whereby you let's say you can still work up to 30 years, because the more the merrier. Or you can do, or maybe you can even do, some can do up to 500. I cannot do more than 500 in a month because I have to build. I have to at least reach. I want to reach at least something above 1 million. Okay, so if you're able to reach 1 million, what happens at retirement is that you're retiring with 1 million. And all you need to do is to be spending interest on your money. You won't even touch your capital. It's such that by the time you're 100 years old, your children have millions and millions and millions to inherit. Of course, with the new pension being taxed now, with the government is talking about, you have to find some creative way to give away a good chunk of your money before. let's assume you retire at 60, you live for another 41 years to make you 101-year-old. That's a very good age, and then you don't deposit anymore, you withdraw. And that's why I love this calculator. It allows you to do withdrawal. You're able to withdraw, and you are withdrawing, let's say 6,500 on a monthly basis. 6,500 on a monthly basis. If you calculate that, you see what that is going to be. It means that money will never finish. When you're 100, the money is still 90 million. Why? It's because your interest is 100,000 and you're only withdrawing 78,000 per annum. If you have that, is it possible to deposit different amount monthly? Yeah, it could be anything at all. It could be anything at all you want to save. It could be £50. It could be, I know somebody who's doing £10, but I laughed. I said, £10 is too small. You have to do a little bit more. You can do £1,000. You can do 500. Yeah, any amount at all. It could be £10. It could be £1,000. It could be 10,000. Whatever it is that you have. So if you look at this in your retirement, even at 78 per annum, some people, you might work all your life and not earn 78,000 per annum, and you can be in retirement and be able to afford 78,000 pounds per annum. That why? Because you've been able to put aside 200 on a monthly basis, even while you are earning 50k or when you are earning 60k. That when you now get to retirement, you can even afford more money than when you are working. And because your interest rate is more than your withdrawal, that money will never finish. Even when you are over 100 years old, there's still a pot of 19 million waiting for you there. That is the power of compound interest. That is the power of investing. That is what I'm working on, and I can see it working. And that is the reason why I do this free training for people to also understand what is possible. Okay. So, and why, I've used 10%, but this is the historical, it's about a few, maybe like 10 years ago. This is what has happened in the market. There are years when it has been negative, but there are a lot more years it's been positive. I did a video. If you go to my YouTube channel, I did a video where I've shown more, more, what do you call it? We have shown more data that is more than that. If you go on my website and you look at this long-term investing pace, you will see data there that sorry, I think I've shared my audio, but it's going to make a bit of noise. It's not even why. I'll just keep to a place where I hope in 1986 it will have become like £100 now. Okay. The same thing if you look at the S&P 500. Okay. So sorry about that. For some reason, my internet just went off. I don't know if I'm still sharing my screen. If I'm not, I will just do that again. I don't think so. So share screen, share. You should be able to see my screen again. So that video, I just want to show us a little bit of that video. So this history is for 20 years. So this is Nasdaq 100 for 20 years. You look at it for 20 years. So you can see in the last 20 years, Nasdaq is technology stock in America. Nasdaq has only been negative 3 years in the last 20 years. People just see that, oh, you know, it's risky to invest, but when you invest for the long term, you see that it is not risky. So it's been negative here, 2008, when there was a global financial crisis. It's been negative 2018, marginally. It's negative 2002 because of inflation. Or look at the remaining one. 53%, 49% has wiped away all this, 36%, you know, 32%, 48%, you know, and that is 20 years history. Okay. If I go back on that video, I think I explained the another one. This one is another 20 years of another index, S&P 500. If you look at that also, it was also negative the same year that Nasdaq was negative. Okay. And then if you look at it, only 3 years in the last 20 years that it has been negative. And I tell people that you have a lot of history on your side. If you look at this, average of 11% in the last 90-something years of this particular, in the last 95 years of the history, it has, you know, the average has been 11%. That was why I used 10% for the sake of argument. That is why I use. That is why I've used 10% to explain that. So what am I saying is that for long-term investing, you have a lot of security because, you know, it's all about averaging, isn't it? It's all about averaging. You can listen to that video on my YouTube channel when you have the chance. Okay, so now, again, if you look at real-life examples, I have a few companies here that I've listed here and what they've done per annum. These figures must have changed now because this is 2013 to 2023. So Apple has done an average of 30% average every year. Nike was 14 on the average. Amazon was 27 on a yearly basis. Coca-Cola 7% on a yearly basis. McDonald's 14% on a yearly basis. You have people like Nvidia that have done 662%, 3% on a yearly basis. Tesla 41%. Constantly on a yearly basis. Google, you know, Facebook 20% on a yearly basis. Okay, that they've done. And if you think that was 2003, if I go back on the internet, I'm just making a case. I'll move on from this and move on very quickly. So if I come around to here and I pick some of them, and I pick maybe like Apple, Pepsi. Okay, maybe Netflix. We all have Netflix, don't we? You know, McDonald's, some of the companies that are our favorites. Okay, or Amex, you know, and then or even Bank of America. If you look at them this year alone, this is year to date. If you bought Apple shares in January, okay, here you will have bought it here. You have 22% of your money by now. If you had bought it in January, and then if it was last 1 year, not you know, you were almost this 11. You're already in the 11th month. So November last year, now you know it's 21%. If you had bought Pepsi, might not give you that much. Pepsi will give you a -3. Okay, if it's the last 1 year, -0.8, which is still marginal. But you know, it won't be the only one that you will have. If you had bought Netflix, we all have Netflix now. As you bought Netflix in January, the money will be 78% by now. Okay, if you had bought McDonald's, you know, in January, it will be 10%, or in January it will have been 0.6%, but in the last 1 year, it's 10% for you. If you had bought Microsoft beginning of the year, they're giving you a solid 15%. American Express will have given you 53%. Bank of America would have given you 35%. So on the average, by the time you average the minus and the positive together, you have an average maybe 15 or 20%. Okay, per year on that. I was telling you about this account, and this account between April, May, and now it's done 19%. Sort of. So, and I've got like 7 accounts, so but that example is it's enough for me to show us. So you can pick on any company, and in that video, I made a case for long-term investing. So this is how the market is today. This is the market today. Okay, this is 500 companies in America. The top 500 companies in America. This is how they are today. The red means negative. The green means they've been positive. But if you look at it for the last 7 days, okay, you see you're having more green. If you look at it for the last 30 days, more green. You leave your money for the next 180 days. Okay, let's see. Let's 180 days load. So you can see that you're having more green than red. If you leave your money for 1 year, almost everything is green. Maybe that you're getting that logic. It means the more you stay, the more you invest, the lesser the risk. And that is why when you trade for 1 day, you can't predict 1 day. But if you stay for 1 year, you can almost predict 90% of what the outcome is going to be. And because these are the 11 sectors of the economy, you need to spread your money across the 11 sectors of the economy. And there is no way you can do that and you will not go positive at the end of the year. Some of them as 75%, 15%, 21%, 82%, and you have some -2, some -12 there. You have +48, you have +24. And this is how the outlook might be in the 1 year. So the longer you stay, and that is the secret of investing. So let's move on. Okay. So doing nothing or procrastinating is riskier than when you make an informed decision. And that's why education is very important. You might be a good lawyer out there. You might be a good doctor. You might be a good somebody in maybe you are into management or whatever it is you are very good at. If you've not been taking true training on investing, you might make mistakes, because investing is not just all about common sense, and you don't follow the crowd when it comes to investing. You need you need to make informed decision. And when you make informed decision, like I've showed us in that heat map, it's not as risky. It's not as risky as when you don't do anything at all. So I'm just going to give us examples of the things that you can do for those who live in the UK, especially those who are not in the UK. I will also give us some examples, as I think I helped people from different countries on this particular call, I believe. So investment platforms. So these are the ones. So like I said, in the olden days, you have to call somebody to be able to buy. But today, from your phone, you will be able to buy. And what are the things, provisions that have been made for us in the UK? We have what is called the SIP, Self-Invested Personal Pension. And then you have what is called the ISA, Individual Savings Account. And this has got different flavors, and I will explain them now. So the first thing, when it comes to ISA, there are different type of ISAs. There is junior ISA, which is for from age 0 to age 17. People who are under 18 can open junior ISA. Parents will open it for them. You can put as much as 9,000 into your child junior ISA in a year. ISAs are tax-free. It's been tax-free for the last 25 years. And thankfully, we hope it's going to still be free for it's going to be free, still be free for years to come, but it's been free for the last 25 years. And then when that child turns 18, the account is automatically handed over to them. So you need to teach them what to do with it when they turn 18. And then you can start with as little as, let's say, £25. And then you can, if you have a child who's already doing part-time job, encourage them to open an account like this and start putting money into it before they turn 18. So when they turn 18, it becomes a normal ISA account. Okay, now the next account you can open is a lifetime ISA. This is the one I love most. You know the reason? Because it's a combination of your free tax saving and retirement together. So there are two things you can use a lifetime ISA for. And it's only available for people who are age 18 to 29. I didn't get to know 39. I didn't get to know this until I was above 39. And so, but it is for people who are age 18 to age 39. And then you can put money into it, but you buy your first house with it. Okay. If you don't buy your first house with it, you must leave it till your retirement, which is good. And I'll tell you why. Now, so if you want to buy your house in the next 2 or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, start putting money here. This account will give you about 30% increase on your money. And you can't get that anywhere. The best interest you can get in this country is about 5.something%. Okay. But this will give you about 30% because government will give you additional 25% on anything you put. If you put 1,000, you put 250 pounds on top of it for you for free. Okay, because they're encouraging people to get on the property ladder. Okay, if you put 4,000, which is the maximum in a year, government will add 1,000 on top of it to make it 5,000 that you have there in a year. Then the platform that you've opened the account with will give you interest up to 5% on top of it, making it 30% on your money. So you have anybody who is 18 and they are not yet 40, please let them open a LISA account. And now, so apart from that, if you after buying your house, your first house, you can continue with that account until you are age 50. So government will keep giving you 25% of any money you save until you are 50. Once you turn 50, that account, the account, you stop putting money, government will stop putting money. Then for another 10 years before you can touch it. Why am I saying that? When am I saying that 60 is not a bad age? Yes, because even your current retirement age is now 60, about 67 or 68 is the current retirement age before you can start getting your government pension. Okay, for that all of us will be given if you contribute your NI. Okay, and then again, there's an amount you can access at 55, which is a lump sum on your pension. But generally, you can't touch the bulk of your pension, government pension, until retirement. So, and that age 55, which I will get there, is going to 58 very soon, which is 58 and 60 are almost the same thing. So government add this, I think you get the gist. But there's a clause, something in the chart. It said 67. Thank you very much, Sister Kenny. So it's either you. So with that, I said the clause is that if you don't buy your first house with it, you can't touch it until you are 60. If you want to touch it before you are 60, government will get their 25% back. Okay, they will not get their 25% on the whole money you are withdrawing. So you could make a loss because they won't just get their 21, they have 1,000 back. They will, if you want to withdraw 4,000, for instance, they will pay tax on the 4,000 you are withdrawing. So your initial money plus the money they gave to you is what you pay tax on. So they don't want you to touch it. But if you want to use that as your retirement, really you don't really have to touch it. And this 20,000, this is part of your 20,000 ISA allowance. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Is Junior SIP. Junior SIP, when you open a retirement account for your child. So from age 0, your child can have a retirement account, but they can't touch it until they turn 55. But that age is going to 58 very soon, which is close to 60. That you can't touch your retirement account, either personal, the one you are doing contributing into a SIP, which is your personal pension account, or the one you are doing at work, or the one government is doing. You can't touch it until very soon. It's going to be 58. So in that for your child, you can put in 2,880. Government again will give that child 20. We will start giving them 20% free money. You know, as long as that account, you are putting money into that account. That's another free money from the government towards your retirement. So anybody can open it, whether you're on benefit, you are working, you are not working, you're a child, you can open, government will give you 20% for anything you put into your SIP. Whether you're on benefit, you're a child, or you're another until you are age 70 something, I will get it. But for your children, you can do this. And then when they add the 20%, they have 2,600 that will be in the account on a monthly or on a yearly basis. They can't touch it until they are 55. The another account you can open is a ISA account. Now ISA account is for people who are above 18. So LISA Junior ISA is for 0 to 17. ISA is for 18 to any age. LISA is also for 18 to 39. It means if you are between 18 and 39, you can have an ISA account and a LISA account at the same time. This 20,000 allowance is the amount, maximum amount you can put both in your ISA and your LISA. You can't put more than 20,000, or else it will attract taxes. And any profit you make on this account, you don't pay tax on it. Your ISA account is easy access. You can put money today and withdraw it next week. There's no penalty when you withdraw money. And any profit you make, you do not pay tax on it. Okay, that is a common one. You can do cash ISA or stock and share ISA. For LISA, you can do cash LISA, stock and share LISA. Okay, it's all allowed. I think this number is outdated. There are a lot of millions of thousands of people who are ISA millionaires, and they have millions in their ISA account, and they are not paying taxes. Yeah, if you can live in this country and not pay tax, you've done well for yourself. Okay, the next one is SIP. SIP, like I said, is self-invested pension plan, and this is when you manage your pension yourself. I normally tell people to do it in parallel with their workplace pension, because let the expert manage the one at work while you do something parallel. Because the amount at times they deduct from work is not usually enough. I think at times you might end up doing better than what they do at work for you, because the fat executive in the pension management company take more than half of your profit. But they can't give you more than 5% in a year. I'm telling you, my account in the last 1 year has generated about 35%. In one of my SIP accounts. So if I can do 35%, I can't sit down with somebody who's giving me 5% every on per annum. But you have to be sure what you are doing before you can do that. Okay, so so you can start your pension account. Across all your pension accounts, you can put 60,000 in a year. And this can be salary sacrifice. It means you can put it before they start deducting tax. If you do salary sacrifice at work, your pension is removed before taxation. But if you do SIP, your tax will be returned back to you. That's another benefit of SIP. So when any money you put into your SIP, government can give you up to 45% of that money back, or they reduce it from your tax when you are paying tax next time. So for everybody, you get 20%, will go back into your investment account. The remaining 25% or the remaining 20%, you can claim it back through your self-assessment. So there are three, let me explain this very well. So there are three levels of money government can give back to you. Any money you put into your SIP, if you are a low, let's go to tax bracket in the UK. Tax bracket. So if you open a SIP and your income is your taxable income is between 0 and 50,000, government will give you back 20% of any amount you put into your SIP. That is government returning your tax back to you, including those who are on benefit and children who are not working. Government automatically gives everybody 20% back into their SIP account. Okay, these are things that we must be aware of. Now, if you are a higher rate taxpayer, government will give you 40% of any money you put into your SIP. They give it back to you. 20 will go in automatically. You need to claim the 20 back through HMRC. They can use that to reduce how much tax you will pay the following year. If your taxable income is over 125,000, government will give you 45% back of any money you put into your SIP account. Be given back to you. Now, SIP is taxable when you retire, but you will have used that money to do business for the next 20 or 30 years. Then you'll be taxed as per normal when you retire. Or anything you pay in tax will be given back to you when you invest in a SIP account, which is a retirement account. Okay. So I said something here, I'm just talking here about accounts that I have, 2 SIP accounts, maybe 5 ISA accounts. But the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. And the second best time is now. What am I saying? Don't procrastinate. Whatever your hands are found to do, do it with your strength. Do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't say, if Bible says if you observe the wind, I'm a Christian. So if you observe the wind, you will not sow. You are saying, it's not enough. It's not enough. Like, remember where we started from? Vision. Okay? Purpose for your money. if it is 50 pounds, if it is 100 pounds, you know, before you know it, your 100 pound. Someone who has gone through this training that puts away 100 pound every month. I look at the account not long ago, it was like 4,000 pounds there, and it was like how many percent? About maybe was it 40% return in the year? And I was like, wow, see what 100 pound could become. Like I told you, I started with 25 pounds. And now, you know, when I started, there was no fractional shares. The minimum I can buy was 100 pounds. So I would say 25 pounds for 4 months before I could buy, before I could invest 100 pounds. I had to wait save 25 pounds for 4 months to invest 100 pounds. It was that bad. But now you can even invest £1, even in the current situation that we have fractional shares out there. So the best time is start now. Start doing something now. These are different platforms that I use. You can choose your own platform. I'll give us a list. If you live in Nigeria, these are platform you can use to invest. These are the very old trusted ones. These are new generation, all these fintech companies. They allow you to buy from America, to buy all these Amazon and the rest of them. And these are the traditional ones. You can do mutual fund on those traditional ones also. And this, if you're in America, these are the popular ones in America. But Canada, these are the popular ones in Canada. But let's come to the UK. No, for the UK, these are the popular ones in the UK. I use this, and this. And I think I'm now using, where is II? I'm now using this one because, because for my place of work, I said that was the option they gave me to send my pension into. So they are sending me into Interactive Investor. So all of these, I open Moneybox just to test the way it works, so I can answer questions on it. Maybe I put 250 pounds in this, so I know the way it works. Here, and here. I can explain how those works. I've not used these other ones before. They are very good. This is the biggest in the country, but they are very expensive. Followed by AJ Bell, but they are very expensive. Okay. The cheapest when it comes to, let me go to the next page before I talk about the cheapest. So Trading 212 is the cheapest for ISA, but they only offer ISA only. Okay. The one that is next to it in terms of being cheap, in terms of fee, is Free Trade. They offer ISA and SIP, so retirement account and the ISA account, but they offer that. While these other ones, they offer almost everything, LISA, ISA, everything. They're a little bit more expensive than the other ones. Then again, anybody wants to do cash LISA, you can use Moneybox, your cash LISA, okay? And instead of some of these ones, all these ones here are shares and stocks that I'm talking about here, not cash ISA or cash LISA. For cash LISA, you can use either Moneybox, or you talk to the bank. Even banks do cash ISAs. A lot of them don't do LISA, but the best interest is still Moneybox, 5% for your LISA, and then Trading 212 for your ISA, 5%. Those are the two, the best in the market currently. Okay. You now start wondering, if you are doing stock and share ISA, what do you put in your account? That is a deep class that we cannot go into. What I would say is that look around you, read what experts are saying, study the financials, have a conviction, and then you can buy. But you need deeper training to be able to do that. I offer the training. If you want to attend the training, let me know. One is coming up on the 23rd of this month. You're going to spend the whole Saturday trying, about 5 hours on a Saturday. We're going to spend learning this, and then I will do mentoring, free mentoring for you to set up your account thereafter until you know your account is established. Okay, so the next time I'm going to talk about quickly before we wrap this up is real estate. Real estate is another way where your future money can go into. Don't forget where we started from. Started from you tagging and sending your money. So we don't let us here was your good memory money will go into an easy access account, okay? And while your future money goes into money generating or interest generating assets. One of them was stock. The second one we're talking about real estate. There are a lot of other asset classes, but these are the two that I am going to talk about, and I have a lot of experience in. So advantages of real estate is what I've listed here. It's leveraging. It means you can put down to 10% or 25%, and you get 100%, a whole house. You can't do that in stock. Some do leveraging in stock, but I won't go into there. But you put on a bit of money, okay, and then the bank will loan you the remaining one. That's leveraging. Capital appreciation. So in this country, almost after every 10 or 15 years, the price of your house will double. Okay, so some people might be waiting for a house to come down. I don't know what labor government will do, but over the centuries, over the years, the price of there will be capital appreciation on real estate. And rental income, if you have a buy to let, or you do all this rent to rent and these different flavors of real estate that is out there, you have cash flow of rental income. You can release, if you own the building, you can release equity to buy another one. And some people will give a scenario that if you buy a house and within 10 years, you become financially free because you can pull out equity from one, buy another, pull equity from them, and keep buying. I won't have time enough to explain what equity release is all about. It's a simple principle that you used to, which I've used in the past to buy more building. Okay, physical assets. Your real estate is a physical asset, and then there's asset shortage in the UK, as we all already know when we're looking to buy, either to buy or to rent. Before you get there, someone else has picked it up. So there's a shortage, and it's diversification of your assets. So you have money in stock, you have money in real estate, you have money. Maybe you are buying gold, you have money in gold bars and silver bars and the rest of it, or other collections. You could be art collections. Some people collect wristwatches, Rolex, and then they sell off in the future if you know how to get the original. Okay, diversification and then store of value. These are the advantages of real estate investment. There are different ones here. My experience has been within the residential property. Okay, but there are commercial, there are industrial, there are misuse, there are you developing, or even lodging people in your house. You can get up to 7,000 in a year without having to pay taxes on it. You have a spare room that a lodger can stay in your house. You have people who do short lets where, when you go on Airbnb and the bookings.com. You have flipping is when you buy, you renovate, and you sell. Wholesaling is when you are the middleman, you look for good deals and you sell on the good deals for 5,000, 6,000. I bought such deals before from people, pay 6,000 to get a good deal from somebody, and I ended up buying the house. Okay, rent to rent is there. This is when you don't own the house, you rent it from the landlord and you rent it out at a more expensive, at a higher renter fee. Land acquisition could be social housing, assisted living, and this one is very hot right now, where council will take over your house and use it for the next 20 or 30 years. They will take care of the repairs or the maintenance of everything. You just get money on a monthly basis from that house. It's very becoming very popular right now. Okay, I will personal example. Yeah, that's personal example for me for real estate. I started with 10,500. By God's grace, is over the value of real estate is over $1 million, going to 1.5 million or more right now. But it started from just 10,500. That was actually borrowed from Lloyd's Bank in 2010. I just played around with the account. They said they can give me money, and I collected it, and I bought a house with it. And the house is still there today, 70,000. The house is over 150,000 right now. Okay, and then from there, and that was how I continued, and got quite a number, a few in my portfolio now, by God's grace. Okay, then again, how to I won't go into building a business. If you want to start a business, you can start a business. It's also a way for you to invest in your future. And then you know that especially if you know some that a business that is very credible, then you can start building your own side hustle that can become a business in the future. But when I do masterclass, I go deeper into how do you build a business? You build a business that can survive without you being there. Okay, that can scale, a business that can scale, and you don't have to be there working every day. If you have to be there working every day, you only have a job. You've gotten yourself a job and not a business. So it must be scalable. Okay, so and it must give you passive income, and that's what makes it a business. Okay, I will stop there today. I want questions. Questions coming. If you have any question, please ask me. So in summary, I'll just go to summary. We spend 1.5 hours. I'll just go through the summary, in that there's a need for us to give purpose to our money. There's a need for you to know where every dime that comes to your pocket, where it is going into. We talk about this that you must pay for. You don't have a choice. That will be in one particular account. Direct debits are on that account. Then we moved on to talk about the second part, which is what you use for your miscellaneous expenses, your feeding, your fashion, and everything daily recurrent expenses. That goes into another account, direct debit from the first day of the month. It goes there, you've tagged it, you've given it a purpose. And then you now talk extensively on two things, your good memory and your good future money. And I have this spreadsheet, which we've gone through for those who joined late. We've gone through this spreadsheet. If you want it, let me know. I can even email it to every one of us after the class. Okay, there's a question there. Would you advise having American Express card? Okay, so to what end would that be? I have credit cards, but I don't use them. Some people will say you get points for every travel and every money you spend, you get cash back. Cash back of how much? Maybe 1%, maybe 2%. Nobody got, okay. So let me go to your answer. Yeah, you can have one credit card, okay, and that is just to show maybe you have one credit that's just 1,000, and then you use it and you pay it back. That is just for you to reflect on your credit. In fact, and at times they said they want to up to 15,000 in credit card for you to really make meaning to your credit. But for me, my credit card, I don't think I don't use up to that on my card. Okay, I have a very good credit. I'm thinking of closing my Amex card, but looking at the future, it's good for traveling. As long as you know it won't be a trap for you. Okay, I have, like I said, I have credit card, but I cut them up. They are not activated. You issue me another card now, I cut the card off, keep the card somewhere, and I won't activate it at all. So I don't use my card at all. So if you know it won't be a trap for you, okay? Some will say don't have it at all. But if you are a very disciplined person and it won't be a trap for you to get into debt, okay, you can keep it. But I belong to two schools of, I follow David Ramsey will tell you, cut it off immediately, throw it away, destroy it. Okay. Why Robert Kiyosaki will say, use your debts, have good debts. Okay. So you can if you know it won't be a trap, you can keep it. I've not I didn't cancel my own, I have them. So that's my so let me say that. Okay, so then you have now look at the good feature was what we now emphasize on. The good memory, you have that. Then the good feature must go into investment stock, or it will go into real estate. Okay, so I'm waiting for more questions to come in. If you want to unmute yourself, if you have access to microphone, you can unmute and then talk while I tell us the next event that is going to happen. Like I say, I do this on a monthly basis and the topic will change. I've done this topic for 3 months now. So next month, or maybe it's going to be January next year, so that I have a break in December, it's going to be another topic I'm going to take. So if you want the next one, go on that same page where you register, and then you will know when the next one is going to come up. Okay, now I'm going to explain to us what is happening on the 23rd of this month. I'm having the master class where you can now go deeper and understand what this is all about. If you want to establish an investment account and then you want to come to that class is what would really help you to be able to build an investment account. And then you'll be able to establish all the companies you're supposed to buy, that are doing very well, at least based on the current climate, that are doing very well. These are companies that I'm invested in personally, and those companies are, you can also, I will give you like 100 and you only need 20 out of the 100. Just pick 20 out of the 100 companies that I have already shortlisted, and then you can invest in those. You can decide to invest in those companies. It's going to be your decision at the end of the day, but I'll be there to guide you. I'll be there to guide you. So this is the flyer. for that particular event coming on the 23rd of November, 10 a.m. on a Saturday. A simplified automated web building strategies, a building wealth for generation masterclass. That is just £120. 120 pounds is it? I made it very cheap. It's 120 pounds for. So we spend 5 hours together on a Saturday. The following week we start mentoring. So you're going to get from me a lot of hours, and then after that you'll be added to a group where which is a Discord group for free, and that mentoring will continue from there. And if you want to do a one-on-one coaching with me, the one-on-one coaching is £495. That will just be just the two of us alone, and I will be able to establish accounts for everybody in the family. So it's just for individual, it's for husband, wife, and children. I'll be able to establish an account for everybody in the family, or a group one, and that is £120. If you want to come around, I would love to have you in my class for us to do this together one of these days. Okay, so let's come up with more questions. And to do that, just go to where you register for this and then click on the master class. And then you can have that, that 120 Saturday. And that is that you pay through PayPal or you do a bank transfer to that account. Okay. Any other question? Yeah. Okay. He said, will the master class be recorded? Yeah, master class will be recorded. The master class will be recorded. So all master class, the master classes are recorded, and then they are available for people who are within that particular group. So we have a Discord channel. There are things that I post in my Discord channel that you don't see outside. You can't find on my social media platform. These are Discord channel, and then we do things on property, and then we have people who have access to things that that we talk about there. You'll be admitted to that Discord channel for free, and for you to get tips and ask questions. I do portfolio review for you. You want to review your portfolio, I'll review your portfolio with you and see what's going on there after establishing that portfolio during the mentoring session. And so it's usually of great benefits for people who register. And we are cleaning it this year. It's been a fantastic year, and we hope that is going to continue. So the next steps we need to take now, don't forget, choose which investment you desire to invest in your time into. Educate yourself, come for the master class, create a purpose list as we've discussed. Then don't forget to add yourself as part of your expenses. So pay yourself. Your future money and your good memory money, please, must be within your plan. And then create an action plan to become debt-free. If you're not yet debt-free, work towards it. In the next 1 or 2 years, I want to be debt-free. But don't let that stop your investing. That's what I will do. Then create a standing order to pay into your investment account. Open an investment account. Either you're an ISA or a SIP or both of them. Okay, invest your first fund into your first fund or first share. That is you taking that positive step towards a good future. Then register again for further education. Okay, so that, and in the master class, these are the things you will gain. Go deeper into how do you select stocks. We also go into real estate. Okay, the mutual fund, how do you select things to put in so that you don't make losses? Like I told people, I've not lost any money in the stock market. Why? Because over the years, I've gained experience. I'm now passing on to people. And that is why I've not made a loss. Even in 2022, when the market was down, we knew what we were supposed to do when there was inflation to be able to stay. We knew things that we were supposed to buy, energy stock and all that stuff supposed to add to our portfolio to withstand what was going on in the market. And then how do you recover from a downturn? So in those years, I said in the last 20 years, 3 years has been negative in the last 20 years. So 17 positive years. What do you do in those negative years so that you can bounce back within 3 months after the year, within a few months after that, for you to come back into having a robust account? So all of that is what we will look at. So you can join that Discord community, like I said, and then you can leverage on other people's experience and on my experience, and then you'll be able to do what we are talking about. And then I'll share my portfolio strategy with you on what I'm doing. Debt repayment strategy that worked for me, I will share that with you I will explain to you why I don't trade. I talked about it a lot today, and then talk about my property investment journey, which has built more than a seven-figure income, seven-figure portfolio for me. Okay. So that will be it tonight. So I hope to hear from us, and spread the news. Tell other people about this training. Like I said, in January, I think there's one slated for December. I don't know if that is going to hold. So we will have a break. There's another one, I think. Is there? Okay, I've not scheduled anyone for December yet. So it's probably going to be January, and it's going to also be free. So come around. I will probably talk about winning with money. Is what I'll probably take in January by God's grace. And then we can start the year strong and then be a winner. Okay. Thank you for coming. My phone number should be somewhere on the website, maybe down here. If you want to ask any question, feel free to drop me a text. And then try and follow us on social media. On Instagram, we are the extension, the handle is IBWFG. All is IBWFG. And then for Twitter or X, is also either Tayo Olatimilei or IBWFG. Follow IBWFG on X, and then on YouTube, like I've shown us a while ago, is also IBWFG, which means I build wealth for generations. Okay, thank you for spending your evening with me. In the absence of further questions, do have a wonderful evening, and take care of yourself. I will email that spreadsheet to those who have indicated interest. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful evening.